The first story is posted by From Briggs to You. Fake ghosting friend who needs a friend only when she needs something. I had a so-called friend who only called or showed up every few months. Keep in mind that I knew she only messaged me when she needed something, for the most part. I did nothing for her, so it did not bother me. This time she came calling with a, "Hi, you have forgotten me. You have not said hi in a while, and I wanted to see how you were doing." I replied with, "Hey, same here. I have not heard from you for a few months. How's the new apartment? And living with your BF finally?" She said all was well, and that they were getting along fine. She asked if she could come hang out, since she needed a break from her BF. And since I live alone, and have 3 empty bedrooms, I could make some room for her law. I asked her, does your BF know that she was coming, and that I do not feel comfortable with her staying at the house? I do not want to cause issues with her BF. She said it was alright, and that her BF was working, and knows that she hangs out with friends and family. She spent the weekend, ate my food, did her laundry, and then the reason of her visit came out. She told me that she was looking for a car, and that she needed help from me to find it. I am car savvy, but not a mechanic by any means. I said I would look for something similar to what she was looking for. After a week, she said that she found the perfect one, and sent me the info. I said it looks good, but you might want to take it to a mechanic to check it out. She then asked me to come hang out at my house again. I again asked about her BF, and she said that it was fine. When she got to my house, she immediately started talking about the car, and that she needed help, and that she would really appreciate it if I help her out. I asked with what. She said money is tight. I would like to see if I can contribute to my car fund. I said I honestly do not have any money to spare. I pay all of my bills, and I am simply trying to save for things that I want. I suggest you do that as well. She stopped talking about it, and the next day she went home without saying a word. I did not hear from her for a month, and she finally texted me again, this time being really pushy. Would you do me the favor of taking me to look at a car? I asked when, and she said Sunday. I told her I have family things to take care of. She then asked how about the weekend after. I asked where is it? She said in a city 2 hours away. Drive to take me there and look at the car. Make sure that it is good to buy, and then I would buy it. I told her that is too far. That would mean I would lose my whole Sunday, my only day off to take care of my things at home. I asked her, why doesn't your boyfriend go with you? She said he uses Sundays to clean the apartment, wash clothes, and shop for food. By then I really got the picture. I replied, well, so do I. Besides, I have not felt comfortable with you staying at my house, and now want me to drive 2 hours each way to help you with a car that is BF territory. Ask your BF to do those things with you. She then said, I showed my mom and brother and sister what you said. They all think it was kind of messed up that you, as a friend, won't help when you are my friend who specializes in cars, and I rely on my friends. If you don't think you can help me, then I don't think we can be friends. I replied, well then, you and your family take care. I have not heard from her since. I do not need friends like that. We have here the second story written by you / arms of a squid. Just pay the $25 fine. So I work at a school library, right? We rent out chargers for phones and laptops, upon request for a few hours. But they have relatively steep fines for being returned late. Usually I waive the fines, especially if it is returned less than an hour after it was due. And comes one guy, let's call him H, who is a serial laptop charger renter, almost every day. Well, a few days ago, he accidentally brought the charger home with him. Now, our fines are $1.50 an hour, which was at about $20 total. When he called in the next day, he asked me if he would be fined. I knew him, so I was willing to waive his fine, but I couldn't tell him over the phone because he might come back at a time when I'm not working, and some of the other librarians are less lax about fines. So I tell him currently your fine is at $25, but if you bring it in, then we can discuss it further. I'm sure we can figure something out. He hangs up, and I assume he would be coming in. 2 days later, H comes waltzing up to my desk and sets a laptop charger down in front of me, the very same one he took home 3 days prior. I scanned it in and told him, me, you have an $85 fine on your account. H, what? It was $25 when I called. Me, that was 2 days ago. The fine is by the hour. H, you didn't tell me that. Me, the fine info is taped to the side of the charger. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and waive everything, but that first $25 all right. You just pay the fine you thought you'd pay. But the guy on the phone told me he would waive it. I didn't tell him that. Me, I'm waiving $60. So you only have to pay $25. I want to talk to your boss. Now at this point, I should mention that we aren't strictly allowed to waive fines. It's just that the library can't tell the difference between a fine waived by a manager or just an employee. I was being generous. Me, if I bring my manager in here, you'll just have to pay the whole fine. I want to talk to him. So I bring in my manager. After hearing the situation, my manager bluntly says, "Manager, it's an $85 fine. Will that be cash or card?" He stammered and walked out of the library. It's okay though. He just can't check out books or graduate until the fine is paid. C'est la vie. FYI, the charger is free for 5 hours. Most people don't pay anything. Also, it says on the charger, it's not allowed to leave the building. If they remember to turn it in before they leave, the maximum fine they could possibly get. If they rent the charger at the very beginning of the day and don't return it until close, is $16. He took it home, kept it well past the 5 hours mark, hence the ridiculous fine cost. All library properties cap out at $100, or the price of the object, whichever is higher. Also, I feel like I didn't emphasize how rude he was. He was basically short of yelling at me, so hopefully that clears up some frequent questions. Next up we have the third story shared by you/Breddit Gravalicious. Starving artist tries a scam. So I advertise a small loft office on the old C list, 600 square feet, in a very expensive city. For a super cheap for $100 divided by month. Starving artist shows up, wants to do art in there on weekends only. Good references. Okay, you can have it. She can't come up with first month's rent, then says she wants to share the space with a partner. Okay, says I, but I have to meet the guy. Oh, he's really busy, she says. Can I move some stuff in? I say okay, but you don't get a key until you come up with 2 months' rent. Few days later, dude comes by and demands a key. I'm all, who the duck are you? And he's all, I'm renting the office. And I say, wait a minute, are you starving artist's friend? And he goes, no, she is renting me half the office. Wait, just a cotton picking minute. Here, fella. I check C list. Tramp has put up my ducking office for rent at $600 divided by month. For half of it. Trying to scam to $100 divided by month and get the good half rent free. Come by for a talk, starving artist. I say. She shows up, and I ask what the duck she was playing at, and tell her she's not welcome back. She starts crying and telling me how unreasonable and unprofessional I am. Tramp, please, your crap is out back in the rain. I now have wonderful tenants, whom I adore and who pays 6 months in advance, twice a year. I will try to explain why she wasn't just attempting capitalism. Sorry, for brevity, I skipped the details of what she signed up for. We both understood that this was about a third of normal rent here, and that in return for dirt cheap rent. I wanted no hassle and no sublets. This space is directly above my desk at work. I shouldn't have agreed to let her share the space either, but she claimed the other guy was a lifelong friend and fellow artist who, like her, would rarely be there in the weekday time. She didn't even have anyone in mind. When she told me this, she was still looking for a sublessee to pay her way. Smart move on her part, some would say, and it would be, aside from the fact that she would have taken generosity on false pretenses and exploited a fellow artist for profit. Also, the space had to halves, and she wanted the good half. She had no redeeming traits. Moving on to fourth story shared by you/Tank Marvin. The time I bought food for a homeless guy, and he refused because he was a vegan. So was in my local town. And I've noticed we have had a surge of homeless people. Usually, I cook up a batch of food and deliver it to them, however that day was not one of those days. Saw a guy with a sign saying please help. I won't give them money, but I will buy food. Went to the nearest food shop, M&S, picked him up a nice cheese and salad sandwich, some crisps, some confectionery and bananas, along with a bottle of water, strolled up to him and set it down for him and was about to walk away, when he said, I can't eat this as I am a vegan. Could you possibly get me something else? I was positively bemused by this, and just said just give it to a friend. I strolled away. The fifth story is shared by you/NanoQ83. I want your pizza. Now, this happened roughly 3 years ago. I'm a full-time family caregiver, My mom is fully disabled, as such we make very little money. But once a month, we buy fast food to feed that craving everyone has. This particular month, I bought pizza from Pizza Hut. Now I had received a free medium pizza coupon and decided to use it. This means I had 2 medium pizzas. One for me, one for my mom, food for a few days each. Pizza Hut was literally across the street, so I walked over to pick up our order. I didn't even make it out of the parking lot before this kid, maybe 50-17yo, asks me if he can get a slice. I look at him, look him up and down, and once I make the assessment his clothes cost more money than I can spend on food in a month, I say no. Simple. I continue walking away, but my gut is telling me, this guy won't let it rest. I was right. I take 2 more steps when he tries running up on me. What he didn't know, I was ready. I hop onto a sidewalk leading to another business and park myself near the front door. The entire front of this building is made of windows. He stops short, irritated, and tells me I have to give him 2 slices. Because I made him chase me? Again, I tell him not gonna happen. If he's hungry, to either buy his own or go home to eat. He tells me he shouldn't have to, that when he's hungry and sees what he wants, it's up to others to get it for him. I swear to Jesus, I couldn't believe my ears. At that point, I tell him to leave me alone, or I'd be forced to protect myself. He laughs. Then he just paces back and forth, like a caged animal, and says I should stop wasting both our time by now. Giving him an entire pizza. At this point, I had had enough. Being a small female, I never leave the house without pepper spray and a small 4-inch pocket knife. Obviously, I can't reach my blade, but under the boxes of pizza in my hand is my unlocked pepper spray. I take 1 step, that's it, just one, and this kid lunges for my boxes, so I pepper spray him. Bullseye, his butt starts screaming, his hands covering and wiping at his face. He's calling me every name under the sun, and he starts shouting that I stole his pizza and attacked him. Gratefully, the women inside the cash loan place I've been standing in front of saw the whole ordeal and finally come out to assist me. Needless to say, he didn't get my pizza. I've been personally harassed by 4 punks by not giving them the pizzas that I bought for my friends. So I really understand how this must have felt for her. On to the 6th story shared by you/Noam Dirty Dan 14. Brother wants an upgrade to his already free movie ticket, ends up getting no movie ticket. A few weeks ago, I bought tickets for a Chapter 2. It was a standard theater choice, no 3D or large-scale format. But the theater had XD options. XD is basically a larger theater with better sound. You pay about $4 more for a ticket. I decided to be nice and buy me, my friend, my brother, and my dad a ticket. We had good seats all together. Everyone in the party said they're available for the time and date I chose. Before I bought the tickets, yesterday, this conversation happened. Brother, wait, when are we seeing it again? Me, next Thursday at 7:45. Can you still go? B, yeah. Wait, it's XD, right? M, no. B, why not? M, because it's too expensive. B, just upgrade to XD, it's better. M, no, I bought you a ticket. You aren't paying, why are you complaining? B, because I thought we were going to the nicer theater, not a piece of crap regular. M, so you don't want to go to the theater I picked out? B, no. M, okay. I proceed to cancel his ticket. B, did you upgrade to XD? M, nope. I canceled your ticket because you didn't want to go to a crappy regular theater. Now you can buy your own ticket to the XD theater. No, I upgraded to a night without you there. On to the 7th story shared by you/Eujanus911. Built a PC for the son of my mother's friend, tested some games from my Steam account on it, and she expected me to give my account to her son for basically free. So about a month ago, my mother told me that her friend wanted to buy a pre-built PC for her son on his day. And pre-builts are usually worse and more expensive than PCs you build by yourself, so I promised to build the PC if the friend would pay for the parts. I fit a nice 7700 Kelvin and a GTX 1070 Ti. A good setup for the budget they had. When I was done building it, I installed Windows 10 and Steam with some of the games I own, which the kid was interested in buying as well. I tested the performance and overclocked it a bit. The friend kept her promise, and she paid for the parts and even gave me around $10 as a tip. But when I said that I needed to log out of my account, she asked me why. And when I told her that it was my account and my games that I paid for. She said that I was supposed to give my account to her kid as part of the PC. When I told her that it wasn't part of the deal, she freaked out and started yelling at me, and I could honestly care less if it was an account with like 10 or 20 games. But my account has 435 games with thousands of hours on record. TLDR, crazy lady expected me to build her son a PC and give him my Steam account with hundreds of games for $10. On to the 8th story shared by you/3x monkey poop. But I want yours because this one is broken. Background information: I work in a business where trimmed and smooth fingernails is required, so we don't scratch our clients. I use a small glass nail file for getting rid of those sharp edges. Everyone at work always asks where I got it and if they can use it. So for Christmas, I ordered some off Amazon to give out as Christmas gifts. On with our story. I put the files in a wrapped box with a hole in the top and a sign that said, "Happy Holidays from 3x Monkey Poop. Please take one. Coworker 1 catches me between sessions. CW1, those files you brought in are wonderful, but this blue one is broken. But I know what to do. Trade me yours for this one." Me, I like mine, and there's a few left in the box. Just throw that one away. Note, mine has flowers on it, and the ones I got are full-sized with one color. CW1, yours is pretty and smaller than this one. I want yours. Enter CW to you should give her yours. It's Christmas. She doesn't want a broken one. Me, I bought enough for everyone to have one and have a few spares. Just take one. CW1, you're not very good at this. You're supposed to make me happy with a present. This one is broken and yours isn't. Me, I have a client walks out. I'm still hearing about how I don't know how to celebrate the holidays correctly from them. TLDR, bought everyone at work a useful present. Coworker wants mine as it's not broken and prettier. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you soon.